Okay, welcome to the new Friday night chat uh, with the Gathered Masters and Children of Light. Um, let's see here. We got Geordan Rupp on and Karen Montague at the moment. Hey there, Jordan.
Hey.
I thought you weren't going to make it.
6 o'clock. Well, my time.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Where are you at? You're down south.
Yep. I'm in Todos Santos, Mexico with at my mom's house.
Excellent.
Rancho de Madre.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah.
That's really fun. You look good.
Doing really good. Thanks.
You look good. Right on. Okay, cool. So we'll just wait a couple minutes and people will start tripping in. I'm really glad you decided to talk to us about immune system because I know a lot of, I don't know everything. The immune system is not one of my strong points, I would say. I don't get sick, but anyhow, it's not something I talk about a lot.
Well, yeah, I'll just wait before I break into it.
Okay, yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes. So I'm getting excited about being in, well, I don't know about being in Dallas, but going to join with the Children of Light here.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
we
And,
decided we're flying.
yeah, we're driving. You're flying.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
I
easier.
mean, we kind of got, a little beat up on the way down here, and we're figuring that we want to kind of stay put a little bit more and kind of enjoy the time that we have down here rather than starting a whole new thing. So
Well, you bought an RV. Are you towing a car with it?
no, we brought the RV and the Subaru. So
Oh, so you were driving.
yeah, we just drove separately. Can't tow Subarus, so
Yeah, Subaru's
I don't
good.
have the outfit to tow it. I have towing capabilities, just not the trailer.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So down in Baja, that's
Yeah.
a fun place. Hopefully. I've never been. I'd like to go someday. Maybe I'll come see you if you guys end up staying down there.
Yeah, we're excited to have anybody that wants to come down.
Got to get passport. I'm working on my real ID. Got to go get that, and then get passport, get all kinds of stuff. So
That's true.
Yeah, I got invited out and to Italy and to Spain. So yeah, I might go to Spain. I don't know. It's a bit of a trek for me. I kind of want to see the rest of the United States before I go anywhere else. Actually, to be honest, I only have a
I
few.
don't know how I feel.
Yeah. Well, I've been all over the continental U.S. I haven't been to Hawaii or Alaska.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Hawaii last because I just might send for my things like a buddy of mine did a few years ago. When about 15 years ago, he went out to visit for a weekend and he sent for his stuff. He's been there ever
Yeah,
since.
it's my favorite place.
Yeah, another friend of mine, James Ayotte, did the same thing. He was just kind of roaming around looking for a place to land, and he landed on Molokai, and he just hasn't left since 2008.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyhow, I got to take care of mom. That's what I'm gonna do. So.
Well, we'll probably be down here up until hurricane season, which is, well, technically starts now, but August and September are the months to really watch out for.
Yeah.
And then in the Northwest, or probably just the West, the fire season is pretty much the same time. So we'll just kind of be playing it by ear, and that might be a better time for us to bring the RV up and do the United States a little bit more,
Excellent. Well, why don't we just go ahead and get started, and I'll let people in as they come. Sometimes people are late, and sometimes people have had a hard time getting onto Zoom. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, or if I, because of the links between Facebook and Zoom, I don't know how it works. All I know is the Zoom works a lot better than the Facebook Live. I haven't chopped up yet. So and the other one was freezing and chopping, and I couldn't hear you and you couldn't hear me a couple times. I was like, and then you couldn't do the split screen like we're doing the 3 screens right now. That wouldn't let you do that. So What you
Well-
got, Bubba?
You're looking good. I can hear everybody really well.
Okay.
So
Let's see my volume.
I was a little concerned that being this far out of the country might hinder things, but nope.
I don't know. What's the kitty's name?
Oh, that's Zoomy.
Oh, but good eye. I didn't see that.
She's got big eyes and big ears and tiny little cat.
My cat turns into Zoomy about 10 p.m. every night, or when we go to bed. So,
Yeah, she's a little cuddler.
what kind of cat is that? Was that a Bengal? Can't see.
I don't know, that pattern is familiar to me for Maine Mancoons, but I don't know what to call it beyond that.
She's watching you.
Maine Coons, those are big.
Yeah, Maine Coons.
They're big. If I purposely get a cat next time, I'd like a Maine Coon. So, well, let's talk
So-
about the immune system and what you've been finding. And
For the immune system, the immune system, it consists of things like allergies, food. I mean, before COVID was around, you have people cropping up with all kinds of immunity issues, gluten-free's around, and all that kind of stuff has to do with the immune system. So, and what I'd like to impart today is not so much teaching about the immune system. I mean, just kind of a general rundown of how the immune system relates to certain things that a lot of us are, contending with health-wise. But to the big takeaway is to tune the immune system, and what you may get out of that, is everybody's own experience. But having the tools to do something about it is what we're here for today.
okay,
Yeah.
so is this something you found through Acutuning or well, how did you come up?
Well, yeah, this is the Children of Light work. So
Okay,
um,
that's what I thought.
anybody that wants to do healing work with the things that's been given through the angels and the Children of Light, beyond chakra tuning or chakra tuning, which is where you want to start with any healing work. And what we do is right in here. So I want to break out the tuning forks manual. If you're planning on doing any healing work, this is where you want to start as far as the beginning with the chakra set,
Okay,
and moving up and out from there to other healing work. So we always do the chakra tuning before we begin.
yep. That's a standard practice for anything we do.
And
Well,
then
actually, the first thing we do is the 3 breaths. Actually, if you really want to get down to it, the first thing we do
Sure.
is the 3 breaths. You bring in the light
Yeah.
from the universe, and then you bring in light from the earth, and then you bring light in from both places. At each time you rest it on your heart, and then when you give your final breath, you push that light out throughout your body and into the world. And that's
Right.
entering, and then you do the tuning.
Right. If you want to do it right.
Well, I don't know, but that's the way we were shown to do it. I don't know if it's right or wrong. It's just the instruction
Right.
that we're given.
But the kind of platform that I'm going with today is sharing the work with people that would benefit from it, that are not necessarily on the same page with meditation, or maybe that's just not what you stopped by somebody's house or had somebody over, to get healing.
Right.
But maybe that would be a good place to start too.
Right.
Maybe a glass of water would be a good place to start. And if you really want
Hydrating, yes, absolutely.
to. So on page,
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz. I didn't prepare.
on page 24 of the Tuning Forks manual, is where the immune system tuning begins, and then continues on halfway down the next page. And then I did a little diagram.
Okay.
So
I
the
love this.
things that you'll need for this, besides the chakra set, are the Sephiroth forks, the Sephiroth forks set.
Okay.
And
Those are the forks. For those of you that don't know what the Sephiroth forks are, those are the forks with the Tree of Life names on them.
that's right. So you use almost all of the Sephiroth set, and to know which forks you need, it's easiest to understand that by which forks you don't need. So if you just set aside the Binah and the Netzach forks, then it makes it easy because you know you need the rest.
Okay. It reminds me of Cannonball Run when Raul Julia got into the Ferrari. He says, the first thing he does is he rips out the rearview mirror, throws it out, says, "What's behind you is not important." So you're taking these two out. I get silly
Cool.
flashes.
Where was that?
Silly associations.
So we'll be working starting at the lymph nodes at the neck, all the way down to the lymph nodes at the groin.
Okay.
So we start, and this is just kind of an overview. We start at the neck. You
I
have
can't see that at all.
lymph nodes at the neck.
What are you looking at? Okay, pull up a little more. There you go. Closer. Don't bump your head. There you go. Perfect. Okay. There we
So you
go.
have neck lymph nodes, and you have armpit lymph nodes, and you have groin lymph nodes.
Okay.
So to begin, have the person lying down face up. Tune the lymph nodes first. The neck nodes are tuned with Genesis and Doth forks. So what I do is I take both the Doth and the Genesis, and I'll bang them at the same time and put them up to the lymph nodes. Feels pretty good.
And as usual, it's simple and easy.
And then I'll just switch them around and go again. Same forks.
Okay.
And that's it for the Doth and Genesis.
So
Moving
rather
down-
than tuning one and then tuning the other, tuning one and then tuning the other, you just do them both at the same time, then switch hands or switch
Yeah.
forks and do it again. Genius.
Yeah.
Absolutely genius.
And for the armpit nodes, it's Genesis and Keter. So Keter's the first fork on the Tree of Life.
Page 31 on the armpits. So you're doing a wash. You don't just set the stem on the lymph node.
I leave that up to the person doing it. It kind of depends on who you're tuning. If who you're
Got it.
tuning is,
Shy.
less personal, if you're less personal with them, maybe you kind of stay away,
Right.
or you can plant the stems near the armpit too.
Okay.
But just to let you know, you can do that wash just to, either way.
Absolutely. Yeah, the wash works just as well as the stem. However, the stem, it feels differently that way. Most of like when we tune the chakras, we're actually doing a wash over the chakras.
Mm-hmm.
Very effective.
And then this is a part where you're probably going to not be using the stems because we're going down to the groin and that's a personal area.
Got it?
Yeah, just depends on who you're with. So you need Genesis and the Tiferet
Okay.
fork.
It's the one with the yellow and the green on it. Now you just simply hold it over the area.
Yeah. And how long you stay there is up to you. Counting to 12, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000 is a good way to
Frequency moves
do it.
fast.
You want to be patient. You don't want to just zip in there and zip out. And just the same, we're switching sides. Using Genesis on one side, Tiferet on the other, and then switching around. So that's the lymph node tuning part of the circuit.
Okay.
And then we're going to begin at the neck again and then work our way down. So it says begin at the neck area, work your way down to the groin. This is best done if you follow for exact placements the chart sold separately, which I don't have, but fortunately, as we know, the tuning forks are very forgiving, just like God is. So,
Oh, on the chart? Now you're doing Acutuning. Are you referring to the Acutuning 2 chart? Because Acutuning 3 is the regular meridian chart.
well, I'm glad we're having this discussion, Dave, because I don't know actually. So I'll be curious to see if Joe's carrying this chart, and I'll be asking about it at this year's conference.
Okay. I'll put a bug in his ear to see if we can make that available.
That'd be awesome.
Diane should be going out to help him pretty soon, so that's the bug I'll put in his ear.
So we have the Chokmah fork, and we're starting at the lymph nodes.
Now you're just using the Chokmah, or is there another fork that you use?
You know,
The instructions says
it calls for just the Chokmah on
Okay.
this segment.
Okay.
So I'm just doing one at a time.
Got it.
And it asks for both sides. And then next we have Doth on the right side only. And when you're washing, you can just do brushing strokes. It's kind of up to the person using the forks to decide what kind of motions they want to do to be thorough, or however that works. Ketter's left side. It helps when you put your forks back where you found them, because then being organized in this work is like so much to, grab the right fork and just have kind of a smooth process.
Multitasker.
Oh, pardon me. The keter actually goes above the left clavicle. So we're actually right here with it. And brushing it down to the left belly button. So you want to envision a diagonal from here, and then you're coming down this side.
Just the left side.
And then we're back to choke ma, doing the same thing on the right side. It says next use choke ma under each of the clavicles on each side of the body. So this time we'll go left and right. And next page, page 25. Just said. It runs the same line that came down along each side of the neck, down the chest, ending in alignment with the armpits. So okay. So we're coming from the neck down the chest to the armpits.
Just to there.
It sounds a lot more complicated than it looks.
It's not complicated. I should probably pick up another one. And I've got an older tuning fork manual. It doesn't look like the cover that you have. I bought mine back in like 2002, 2003. 2003. We only, have a lot more forks now. Well, we have more individual forks. It's a handy dandy little thing.
So just above the belly button or navel, use gavura to tune the line diagonal above the navel.
Gavura.
So we'll start here and work our way diagonally.
Rattling your microphone. That's awesome.
And then place the Yasad fork over the navel.
Are you using a rubber mallet?
Yeah, this is like a hockey puck with a handle.
Yeah,
Cut the handle down too.
you got protection too. That's awesome.
Just for that purpose of
You hammer dowels too. So versatile.
gonna check for reflexes, you know.
Even to a master of Sardis to use a tool for a tool.
And then the hod fork from the navel down to the hips. Man. It's kind of cool. I've never given myself a tuning on live TV.
Sounds like all the birds are showing up.
And then this part, you need 2 forks at the same time. So I'll just set down the mallet, and I'll grab Tiferet and Malkut. And we're gonna hold them at the hips in a V shape.
I love the birds in the background. That's great.
My dog is noticing it. The look on his face is priceless.
Love it.
He's like,
The 2 ears go up, you know. Yeah, yeah, I love it.
that's different. She doing now?
I wish my dogs had better manners. I'd let them in here. They'd be up in my lap licking the screen.
And those are the last ones. So if you're tuning somebody and that's all you're doing, then you want to finish off with the Genesis fork to seal on the work that you've done.
Yeah. Excellent. I'm gonna do that after chat because I've got all those and I'll just watch the video again. This is cool. I've seen the the pages of it, but I haven't done the process. Usually usually just either do Acutuning or by sense.
I know you keep saying that nobody's mastered the Acutuning.
Well, I said we were to. I don't know of anybody that has.
I'm always inspired by a challenge.
Let's do it, dude. Please do. Please do. I think Dana's pretty close to being on her way.
Who's that? Oh, Dana.
Dana Camp up in Nebraska.
Oh,
She's,
Yeah,
she's
she's a
awesome.
go-getter.
she's going at it like a duck takes to water. So, you
Oh,
know,
cool.
She's awesome. She's in my hood.
yeah, that's just,
You know,
I'm inspired by her all the time. That hair. Oh my God, that hair. I wish I had some.
I wonder if she's got the chart that this manual calls for.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Well, cool. Well, thank you very much.
That was awesome.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. Could only
Good
hope
idea,
that
too.
this has been a blessing and a service to you guys.
Well, I just hope it's the start of something that's going to happen more often. I really enjoyed having your instruction. And wow, thanks. That's definitely something I wasn't thinking about, you know. And if we all contribute something to each other that way, we'll remember all the stuff that we've been given over the years, you know.
Yeah. Well, you're my original teacher, so we're turning a corner here.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we met at a psychic fair in what town was that? Was that Reno or was it? Did we meet in Mountain View? I think it was Mountain View.
It was at the Earth, the New Earth.
Yeah, it was at Dean's fair, his holistic art fair or whatever it was that he did. He's still doing it
Yeah.
actually. And I had a booth over here, and you had a booth way over there, and we were looking at each other's stuff, going,
Yeah.
we need to talk to each other. And then you called me and said, "Hey, can I come and hang out for a minute?"
Yeah, you're like, if you need a place to stay, then hit me up. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I went off and looked at the angel visits, and I'm like, oh, I haven't heard angels talk like that before. That sounds something I need to get with. So
yeah. Well, at that time you were selling those scalar
the
ion
pendant, scalar pendants. Yeah.
excellent product. And it
Yeah.
seemed to work well with the laminar crystal that we make. So
Yeah. Yeah, negative ion energy generator.
Yep.
Made of lava and a bunch of other crystals that are fused together.
I still got mine. I got a couple of them actually. I have a blue one and a clear one, or no paint.
Yeah.
Yep, they're good. I'm starting to get a little sore. I went and got my second one today.
Ah.
That's all I got last time was a little sore.
So that's what you're out doing.
Well, no, I was running around doing other stuff too.
Oh yeah.
But that was done today. I had that today. Yesterday, I ran mom around all day in Sacramento, and the day before that, I ran errands for myself. It's been busy. Been busy.
Yeah.
Carol went down to her daughter's house, and it freed me up to go do a bunch. Well, I'm already free to do anything I need to, but I took the initiative to go do some things that I don't normally do while she's gone. I just went and did it all.
Hey, do you know if Danny's coming this year?
God, I hope so. I'm pretty sure he is a usual suspect. So, Danny, God, I love that guy. He's an incredible individual. I haven't heard that he isn't. So,
Yeah. I just sent him an email today, so I'm looking forward to hearing from him.
You'll hear back from him.
Yeah.
You'll hear back from him. I've heard of a few people that aren't coming, but there's something that we need to discuss on a group level again. And I think we're going to do another chat with Joe soon. The hotel's not going to be requiring anything. So those folks that didn't want to wear a mask, it's fine because they're not requiring it. And then there's going to be a lot of people that are fully vaccinated, and the CDC says, yeah, go ahead, don't wear a mask, you're safe if it's 2 weeks after your vaccination. So everybody's good. It always seems to work out well. But, during the process of getting to the event, things flare up, people get different ideas about things, and they, may have a struggle inside about what they want to do with it,
Every time.
I highly recommend we go because the more the merrier. I noticed over the years when we have more people, we have accomplishments throughout that year that is totally unlike the year before that had less, right? So, and it's truly up to us masters to go and do this thing and to give this information out as best as we can. And, there are things that you do charge to teach and stuff like that because it's taken you your time and money to learn how to do. But as far as the gatherings and the information, the the raw meat of the story is really the 7 gifts of humanity and the book of bricks. Because the 7
Yeah.
gifts of humanity is the revelation, and the book of bricks is your way through it, you know?
Right.
So I've noticed that as I start recognizing that and applying those things, it goes a lot smoother. It really does. And there are rough times, but you know what? Without those rough times that we're having, those flare-ups, those attitudes that come up, or frustrations, or whatever we may be having, it's just merely us discovering our gift. It's a part of our gift that is not worky, okay? And it'll move us to the okay, it'll worky side, So really, it's a blessing in disguise. It's like, we get to do stuff.
Well, I love your perspective, because it always gets me back into the work and the wisdom and the love, and just applying it in real time. So,
And you're already doing it. People are already doing it. They just don't know that they're doing it. And sometimes they can discover that they already are, because really what's really truly on everybody's heart is, a simple thing. We went over this in the Austin event, which was the second event that we did. Joe talked about something very profound, in my opinion. You got that tone in his voice where, Joe's really tapped into the thing. And he says, there's something that is on the minds of everybody, or on the hearts of everybody. And it's simply this: I will love you. Will you love me? And the answer is always yes. Because really, when we look at what this love actually is it's something we want to share with everybody anyway. Way deep down, even people that hate other people can be shown things in such a way that they go, oh, you know what? I was just mixed up about that. I actually don't hate that. I'm not even using hate properly, so, people can turn around. We can always turn around. And when we pick up these tools, like, we balance our chakras, it starts with the heart, and you open the mind, right? And that goes for pretty much anything out there. You start with your heart, because that's what got you into this work in the first place, was your open heart, and your open mind. So you're already primed and ready to go. And sometimes we forget to acknowledge ourselves in that. So, and that's what the masters get to do, is when we learn this work and we go and apply it on our everyday life, we're out there lifting people up around us. And what happens when you do that? People around you get lifted up. It's that simple. There's nothing else that needs to really happen, So, and it is a challenge at times, I'll tell you. Sometimes everybody gets their thing going. So,
well, I think when we do get more numbers, it'll just come as a surprise, and it'll just start building momentum. It'll just happen kind of out of nowhere.
It'll be a snowball. Absolutely.
We won't be trying to do it so hard, it'll just kind of be like, whoa, it's happening.
Yeah. Well, when we stop trying to do something and we just do it, it happens.
Right.
And it's just like whenever you go to do something, it's when you do it. That's what I had a teacher way back when, and he would say things like, if you're looking for something, it's in the last place you left it. Or, the only time you're actually going to do something is when you do something. You could talk about doing it, you could try to do it. You're not going to do it if you're trying to do it. But if you just do it, you'll get something done. And of course, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be absolutely accurate each and every time. It's like what religion tried to explain with sin. Actually, back in the dark ages, when the archers would draw their bow and they would aim at the bullseye and they'd miss it, they'd say, I have sinned. They missed the mark they were aiming at. That's it. Oops. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, we're on it, So, and sometimes a third time's a charm. You never know. So we just got, one of the cool things about this work is it softens your heart, and it softens things to where you start figuring out for yourself what really works for yourself. And then when you start acting that way around other people, they're like, hey, what's up with this guy? What's up with this person? Why are they so wonderful to be around. Why is it that when one of these gathered masters walks into an empty grocery store or an empty market of some sort, all of a sudden they come out of the woodwork? You know, people just start showing up around you guys because you're going inside, the inside thing. You know, before we were looking outside of ourselves for everything, and now this work teaches us to come inside. You know, like with the chakra tuning, you start with the heart, right? We're going inside.
Yeah.
That's where it's at, man. So I had some coaching from Diane earlier today. I took to talk to Diane Daniels, and she has some insight that is just out of sight. It's really interesting how she talks about, you know, her journey to this and how she was looking all over the place, and the only place she found anything was inside. And this work directs you in there. When you go to the Book of Bricks, it starts blessing my heart and then blessing your heart and then taking action, you know?
Right.
So hopefully it'll take off. You know, we've got some things that have been happening. People are starting to realize that, you know, an awakening is happening, and people are starting to look inside again. And that's really where it's at. You know, pretty soon we can have this world that works for everybody. I like that idea.
Imagine that.
I definitely can. It wouldn't be as good as
So in coming down here, one of the purposes or intents for me coming down here is to start working with the forks, working, you know, doing the work again, finding the right people. And Maria and I have already made contact with somebody who's going to be here for the next 6 months, and they're opening up a place called the Shala that she's renting dirt cheap, and she's looking for somebody to do sound healing, and you know, she's doing yoga. And
to tell her, you know, a guy.
Yeah.
I
So
love it when we fall face first into this stuff. That's great.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you go for it, the spirit will catch you.
Well, absolutely. You know, anytime I see myself, you know, I've noticed manifesting in this work, you know, you just put it in your mind, you wrap it in love, you let it go, and then you go do something. Don't just sit there and wait for it to come. Okay. It used to be in the beginning, they set a date for a gathering, and then they go to look for these people to make it to that date. It's like, stop. Find the people, set the date. You know, and the same thing with this work. You know, find your niche and go do it. You know, just take a step out there and go do it. You know, it's interesting how you just find what you need when you go out there. It's like you're on a collision course to it.
Yeah.
But the timing is entirely up to ourselves. When we choose to move towards it, it moves closer to us.
Yeah.
So we're not playing cat and mouse with it anymore. We're both looking for each other, and the next thing you know, we found each other.
Yeah.
You know, so
Right.
just like when we met, it was like we were both looking for stuff. I'm looking to expand the masters and get people that have an open heart and want a world that works for everybody, and you're looking to go inside and find something that works.
Right.
You know, so
all that stuck energy gets loosened up, and pretty soon you just collide right into it.
Right. Absolutely. Well, great. I'm just so glad you brought up this stuff, because, you know, the tuning the glands is an important thing, and you can also tune the organs. And with Acutuning, you tune the meridian lines. So now you've been dabbling in Acutuning. What manuals do you have? Do you have 1 and 2? Do you have 3?
I got 1 and 2 and 3 digitally, but
digitally 3 is the best to have digitally, because 3 is the most advanced and it has all of the stuff in it. Okay. And you can use a regular Acutuning chart or acupuncture chart with that particular manual. Okay. You got to read it so you can understand what goes where and all that good stuff. But here's the cool part. You can put it on your phone, or you can put it on your computer. And what I do is I have it on my computer, and I'll just go in, and let's say I got allergies. I type in allergies, and all the points for allergies come up. Okay. And the same goes for anything else, head colds or sore
yeah.
muscles or pulled muscle or sprain or strain or anything, you know?
Yeah, it's a lightning fast way to do it.
It is, and it's really convenient, you know. I think it's important that we get that information out there, that Acutuning 1, 2, and 3 are important to have all three of them, because 1 starts you off in the basics, 2 gets you a little more advanced, and 3 sends you into the next atmosphere. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's a study. It's not something that you're going to learn overnight, you know, and reading the books is kind of, you know, you just got to absorb that information. And then the charts in the books, unfortunately, are not that great. So you brought up something important when we talked earlier about charts, and I've been meaning to talk to Joe about getting better charts for that. He may have already done it, I don't know. But the one that I have is printed on legal size paper, and I still can't see it with glasses on. So
Yeah.
Sure.
you know.
So the solution
We
that
were
I
young,
came
you
up
know, we
with.
didn't know what we were doing.
Well, so what I had to do is just draw a line from the label to the point on the diagram. Fortunately, it works from head down,
Right.
so I was able to navigate it that way. But the print is so fine, you really have to be looking in the right spot to see it. So I don't know. I recommend doing a little extra work with it and drawing a line out from all those many points on the diagram to the label, so you can actually reference it and your eyeball will see it. There's nothing more frustrating than seeing the label that has the thing that you need to tune and then not being able to find the place to tune. So
Right. Well, here's the good news about that. Close. If you know the general area, with the needle, with acupuncture, you have to be exactly perfect on it, right? But with the tuning fork and the oils, you open it up with the fork and you keep it open with the oil. But the neatest thing is you don't have to be all the way on the point, because vibration goes where it needs to. So let's say your meridian point's over here, but you're putting the fork over here. Guess what? The vibration's going to the meridian point that you are intending to hit.
gotcha.
That already knows, your body knows what you're doing. Your body's
Yeah.
listening to you.
Huh.
So it's interesting how your body does listen to you. So,
And it took me a while to figure out that Acutuning 2 is all angel forks.
yes.
So when you're finding the Shekinah points and the Christ points, it's all done with the Tree of Life set, aka the angel set.
Okay. And then the Acutuning 3 is all of it.
Yeah, the Acutuning 3 is traditional acupuncture charts. So you can go online to reference all that, but the important part of drawing a line from the labels to the diagrams on Acutuning 2 is you can't go online and find that stuff. So you have to kind of drill down and get your microscope back, your magnifying glass.
That was a tough time when we were learning to convert, because a lot of people that were learning Acutuning were actually acupuncturists. So when he did 3, he actually worked with acupuncturists, and I think he worked with them all the way through up to 3. But
yeah, because I tried to go. I was like, there must be some relationship between the traditional chart and the points that he found.
Right.
But it wasn't so. So it just convinced me even more that it must be drawn out to find these points.
Well, yeah, Acutuning 1 and 2. So Acutuning 1, all we had were the chakra forks. When he made Acutuning 1, that's all we had were chakra forks.
The traditional points.
Traditional harmonic spectrum with the color. Yeah.
Yeah.
We know as chakra forks. And then the Tree of Life set, which should have been called the angel set, but I don't know why they called it the
Yeah.
life set, because it's the angels of the angels are the angels of the tree of life. So I see where he got that. And those ones are for Acutuning 2, and then Acutuning 3 is all 3 sets. So
Yeah.
with Acutuning 1, you use several forks for one meridian. Acutuning 2, you can cut that down to 1 or 2 forks, because some of them have 3 forks on a point. And
Sure.
when Michael first showed him Acutuning and stuff like that, he put the forks in his hands and he just held them out like that, and set the stem down. But he's got he's 7 feet tall. His hands are like that big. So
Well, he's a little bit magical.
a little more magical. Yeah, he has a little bit better balance than we do. So anyhow, yeah, it was an interesting journey when we were doing the Acutuning stuff. It was
I got a bug spray myself.
bug spray. I wish Robbie still made angelic air. That stuff worked great for bug spray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it?
Festival of Light works pretty good too.
Karen, how long have you been in to the Children of Light, or probably before the Children of Light?
I've been to a couple conferences. I went
Uh-huh.
to Colorado Springs and Dallas, and we are going to Dallas in June, so I'm excited about it.
Great.
But I've been studying angels for many, many, many years, and I'm a student of A Course in Miracles. So
Well, that's a good place to be.
A lot of us are. Yep. Yeah, the Course in Miracles is a great study.
I know this year, every year, a different something different resonates with me, and lately the lesson 93, light and joy and peace abide in me, that has been really helping me to clear negative thoughts.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. Definitely.
But I enjoyed the presentation this evening, Jordan.
Oh.
Looking forward to seeing you in Dallas.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's going to be a blast. Well, James and Edie are coming. They're a lot of they're both FSCians, so it's you can't have a boring time with those kind of folks there.
And I'm coming with Pat Harwood and Sarah Kruger, who's a yellow like you.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Wonderful. Yes, we thinkers. We're not all alike though. Some are a little more outgoing than others. I fall in the outgoing part. Well, I grew up with my brother who's of Ephesus, and he's orange, Ephesus. I real quick while we have this going, I prefer to talk about the church name because the color is kind of a boxy thing. Because I'm yellow. The light that shines is yellow, but I also radiate orange.
Orange.
Okay. So red actually emanates red, but it radiates blue. So it's kind of a mistake to say we're of a color. And it's been a habit of the sevens since our very, very beginnings. Okay. And it's not a negative thing or a bad thing or anything. It's just a little, oops, I missed the mark I was aiming at thing. Really? We're off just about like that much. Missed it by that much. So when we familiarize ourselves with the names of the churches, Smyrna, Ephesus, Pergamum, Sardis, Philadelphia, Thyatira, and Laodicea, not only can we rattle it off like that and sound really cool to people that have never heard it before, it gives us a training of the vibrations that we're actually speaking about, because you're not just, what gift do you carry, my love, Karen? What gift?
Violet.
Violet. So you're not just violet, you're Laodicea. Now, Laodicea itself has a vibration saying that word Laodicea. Hold your throat. You can feel a vibration that goes with it. So it'll be a rather joyous occasion when we start realizing some of the things that we've been sitting right in front of us. It's not going away. It's not something that is negative or positive. It's just, again, it's one of those things where, oops, we looked at it that way. It's been pointed out to me over the years by several people that were turned off by those things. And I'm like thinking to myself, why? Why would they be turned off by that? What do you think I'm putting you in a box by saying, oh, you're a blue or you're a purple? And then I started thinking about it. And again, I came up with the thought that, okay, this color resonates and emanates two colors. But the church itself is just the church. Anyhow, it's
tricky to navigate because part of
practice.
taking victory over your church will oftentimes include that process of not want to be put in a box.
Right. Yeah.
And none of us do want to be put in a box. And I don't know, personally,
what about
magicians?
What about magicians? They put themselves in a box. No, they want to put other people in a box too. So
there's a Bob. I have to tell you, there's a Bob Newhart skit. You can go to YouTube and put Bob Newhart "Stop It."
Yeah,
and
it'll cost you $5. You can tell me all you want to say.
Yeah,
and then I'll give you the answer, and you have to get it and leave.
If you want to change your thinking, watch "Stop It." It's hilarious. I think I watch about once a month.
Love it. There's a book out that my brother became friends with this guy, Larry. Oh, his name's at the tip of my tongue. Anyhow, it'll come to me in a second. His book is "Shut Up, Stop Whining, and Get a Life." And the underscore is a kick-ass approach to a kick-ass life. This guy is an inspirational. Larry Wingett.
Okay.
Larry Wingett. Yeah. The reason why you can't buy cowboy boots anymore is because he's bought them all. He's got every set of cowboy boots out there. He's like Weird Al Yankovic with Vans. He's the Weird Al Yankovic of cowboy boots.
That's funny.
And he likes his whiskey and cigars. But he has an attitude that he's like a LifeSpring teacher or a Landmark teacher. He cuts through the mustard and gets to the real deal. We have our rackets and all that stuff that keep us busy rather than putting us on focus. And he shows us how to wipe the mirror and figure it out. It's cool. It's a good book. And then "Stop It" is a wonderful video that I do send to people quite often.
Oh, "Stop it or I'll bury you alive in a box."
Right, I forgot that part.
Oh, that's the best part.
Huh?
"Stop it or I'll bury you alive in a box."
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love it. Bob Newhart, one of my favorites. I used to watch that show a lot.
Oh yeah. And at the beginning, he's washing his hands. And then she says, somewhere along the line, she says, "Well, I wash my hands a lot." And he goes, "Oh, that's okay. I do that."
That's okay. I do that. He's just so subtle, and he's just so calm about it. But the impact is like, whoa. All right, cool. We're coming up on the hour. Looks good. This has been a great chat. I appreciate it. I like the small intro.
Hey, I'm gonna just grab my jacket. I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. All right. We'll hang out and wait for George.
Just a second.
I want to see where the kitty went. No, he's cut it off.
Oh, it's up. He just lowered his screen a little bit.
Yeah.
Kitty was up on the thing. I know. I was having just as much fun watching the kitty as I was watching him.
I know. I was waiting for him to pounce down on it.
I love cats. We have cats and dogs here. We're cat and dog people, most definitely.
Well, my son just got 2 kitties, and they're called Lenny and Squiggy, and I cannot tell them apart. And he goes, "Oh, well, one's brown and one's black. They look the same to me. One has like wider stripes. If I see them sideways, I can tell them apart. But most of the time, I just call them the brothers."
Or cat. Call them cat. Yeah, I was talking to somebody today at one of the stores I was visiting, and we just got into a philosophical conversation because they kind of follow me around that way. And this guy was, I think I'm philosophical. This guy, wow, this guy's brain works super fast. And he was talking about some cool stuff. But one of the things he brought up was the Egyptians and dogs, how they revered dogs. Mm-hmm. And they were the most honored and revered because they express unconditional love no matter what.
Right.
All the time, 24/7. never can turn that light off, ever. Always unconditional love.
Right.
Even when they chase you and bite you, they love to chase and bite you. So there's the love.
Well, one of my friends used to say, put your dog and your wife in the trunk of the car and see who's happy to see you when you open it back up.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing before we wrap it up.
Sure. Absolutely.
There's an app that's not going to show up there, is it?
I'm just seeing a lot of light.
Yeah. It's called Acupuncture Index,
Okay.
and it just will list. That's not working.
Turn your screen light down. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acupuncture. I saw Acupuncture Index. So it's an app.
Yeah. So it just lists the
I'll put a link
meridians.
to that in the video description on
Okay.
YouTube, so we can do that.
So you can press on any of the meridians listed there and get your acupuncture points
Nice.
referenced
Excellent.
on a diagram.
Excellent.
So it'll just diagram it up for you.
That's what I've resorted to do, is go on a Google search, and I would pull up all of the pictures of it and have them stacked on the thing.
Yeah.
That was a lot easier.
Yeah, I was Googling for a while, and I was like, man, I just want, one format that I like, that I don't have to like sift through. So this is real good for that. Acupuncture Index.
Acupuncture Index application. I'll download it soon. Excellent. Is it a free application or is it a
Yeah.
paid one?
Yeah. I've been using it for like a month.
Excellent.
So
Excellent. Okay. Well, Mom's coming in to cook dinner, so that's my cue.
We want to know what the kitty's doing, Jordan.
Yeah, where's put your screen up again.
she got tired of meowing for dinner, so I better feed her.
Okay. All right. You better.
All right, Mom, I'm not done. You're making one.
I was waiting for her to jump on you.
Yeah, she hangs out up there because we got a husky running around.
Oh, I saw
Yeah.
something behind you. I wonder.
Yeah, otherwise she's a lap cat.
She's safe up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Down there. Oh, up there, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a dog
see
staying
her.
here that doesn't like our cats, and the cats don't like the dogs, so they're always hiding.
Oh.
We have one that hides in the closet in a bathroom up on the top shelf.
My kitty doesn't get to be my kitty.
Nope. Mom doesn't like that.
There she is.
Gotta make Mom happy. All right, kids. We're gonna go ahead and do this again next week, and I'll see if I can find somebody else that's just as interesting as Jordan to come help us out. And we're getting close to the event, so those of you that are tuning in the replay, go register for the event. This is gonna be a fun one, kids.
I'm coming.
Yep, my mother's going. That's how important this is.
All right,
Hey.
folks.
Awesome.
And so if
See
you
you,
wanna,
see you in Dallas.
all right, and as always, my blessings, my gifts, and my deeds
Oh,
are of you.
love it.
Your hearts.
Bless your hearts.
Bless your hearts.
Bye.
Next week.